Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Malt channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back yet again, everybody. We are back with another fragrance review today. And this fragrance right here, guys, I know a lot of y'all have been waiting for me to do this. I've been putting it off actually for the past few weeks, but every single time I've put this fragrance on the polls, this fragrance has won unanimously, guys. So I think it's about time for me to talk about this fragrance today. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel. It does help me procure a lot of these samples in lightning speed and to give these reviews out for y'all guys continuously for about a couple of years now. So if you've already done so, thank you so much. And if you haven't done so, it's just a couple of clicks. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And the fragrance that we will be talking about today comes from the house of Xerjoff. It is none other than Xerjoff Apollonia. Xerjoff Apollonia, that's right. And Xerjoff right here, guys, this is one of my favorite fragrance houses out there, if not my favorite, guys. And I did make a house video on Xerjoff that if you really want to know what are my more hand-picked Xerjoff favorites, guys, it's gonna be on that video. I'll link that in the end. But Xerjoff, what I do like about Xerjoff is that number one, they do have a versatile amount of fragrances. I think that for every different fragrance lover and the different tastes that are out there, Xerjoff definitely has a fragrance for you. And what I also like about Xerjoff is that they are not afraid to really push the boundaries. They are not afraid to take risks and to come out with fragrances that are maybe not mainstream or maybe not even totally practical, but for some reason, this pushing of the boundaries, the taking of risks that Xerjoff does, they do get a lot more fans because of it. Apollonia right here, this fragrance is the subject of a ton of feedback, guys, mixed feedback from all sorts of people, guys. And I'm pretty sure that you are watching this video today, not just because you want to discover about this scent, but maybe just to validate some of the feedback that you personally have about Apollonia right here. There are a lot of questions that we are going to answer when it comes to Apollonia. Number one, of course, we're gonna go through the scent development. There's a lot of ambiguity when it comes to the notes of Xerjoff Apollonia. Number two, we are also going to address the performance of Apollonia. I'm going to describe the performance to you guys to a T. And number three, we are going to address if this fragrance is unisex or femme leaning. These are the questions, the most common questions when it comes to Apollonia, the scent development, the performance, as well as is it a unisex or femme leaning fragrance right here. Now, concept wise, guys, Xerjoff made Apollonia as an ode to the Apollo missions, guys, the space missions done by NASA. And apparently Apollonia is supposed to give you the feeling of being in the moon. That's probably like a celestial heavenly feeling, being in the moon, feeling the coldness of the moon and the moon dust, apparently. So it's an ode to the Apollo 11 missions. However, for me, guys, there are a couple things that I know when it comes to the word Apollonia. Apollonia is also the name of Michael Corleone's first wife in the Godfather series, and that name is based out of a town in Sicily, in Italy, guys. So maybe they're also adding this into the mix right here because Xerjoff is also based in Italy. And when I think about the fields of Sicily, I've seen photos of Apollonia and Sicily, guys. I mean, I really do think that maybe it's also inspired by those fields in Sicily. And Apollonia in the Greek culture is a term that is linked to a woman of incredible beauty, guys. Okay, so there you go. I don't think it's just about the Apollo missions, guys. I think that it is linked to a woman of incredible beauty such as Apollonia and maybe even the fields of Sicily right here. So I'm taking all of this into account as I was trying this fragrance right here. Okay, so now we know about the concept, guys, and we know the questions to answer. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, let's talk about Xerjoff Apollonia, shall we? Right here in the opening notes, the opening notes are pretty ambiguous because all it says is white flowers, okay? That's all it says right here in the intro of Apollonia. Now, for me, though, scent-wise, am I getting white flowers? Yes. But for me specifically, I get the notes of jasmine, magnolia, and possibly lily of the valley, guys. So I don't know if that's what you guys get for those note hackers out there that have tried Apollonia. But for me, I do smell this lovely magnolia floral that has a citrusy tinge, a wake up, if you will, right here in the opening. And then it is followed by jasmine and maybe even the white floral of lily of the valley. So right here, guys, you are gonna get a strong amount of white florals right here that are supposed to perk you up. It's supposed to wake you up, awaken your senses, make you go, ooh, because also when it comes to this opening, you are going to get the early appearance of that comforting orris. So right here in the opening, it's actually a combination of both these white florals and the early appearance of orris right here. So it's a bed of semi-powdery orris, not yet buttery because it's just the beginning. These are just whispers of that orris right there. But then it is the white florals, guys. The jasmine, magnolia, lily of the valley. For me though, these are the ones that perk you up, that wake you up. It's a beautiful combination of white florals, but then there's also that comforting powdery orris to begin with. Now, the thing about this fragrance is that there's a lot of overlap. That's right, there's a lot of overlap, guys. And because of that early appearance of orris that does intensify eventually, guys, some of y'all might actually have different subjective perceptions as to how long the white florals really last. And some people say it's like 30 minutes. For me, in the beginning, I thought it was about 30 to 35 minutes. But then as I tested this fragrance more, I felt like it lasted a little bit more, that the white florals actually lingered a bit more, probably an hour to an hour 30 minutes here in this fragrance, guys. So it's very subjective because, again, there's a lot of overlap. Even into the dry down, guys, you'll get a lot of overlap as well. So for me, again, an hour 30 minutes of these white florals, these glistening white florals right here before you get the star of the show, which is the orris. And of course, the star of the show of this fragrance that comes here, this is the core of the fragrance, is none other than the orris, guys. Okay, the orris is the star of the show right here. Again, comes in early, but this part right here, an hour to an hour 30 minutes later, this is where the buttery part really does pop out right here. And if you guys and gals are curious about buttery orris, you've heard about it, you've read about it, this is the fragrance to truly experience buttery orris. I mean, for me, this is the most buttery orris that I've ever smelled right here. I mean, it really does pop out. There is gonna be that semi-powdery purple tinged smell from the orris, but then again, the buttery side, the buttery nuance really does pop out right here in the mid of Apollonia. Now, this orris does last for a few hours right here, and like I said before, you might get an overlap with the jasmine, guys, but overall, guys, the scent for me is like powder slash makeup. Okay, it's like that makeup slash powder that women use. That is the scent that comes out here. I mean, definitely it's for orris lovers, but it is also mixed with jasmine as well. And so the overall effect, it really does have that makeup-y like type smell right here. Now, this fragrance is definitely minimalist because right here in the dry down, guys, you're gonna get the powdery white musk. That is basically what's in the dry down right here. And to me, guys, this powdery white musk, it's an overlap, and it also boosts kind of like the profile of the orris right there, but definitely you're gonna get a generous amount of powdery white musk. Again, it's pretty ambiguous when it truly transitions into the full musk, guys, because there's a lot of overlap. A lot of y'all are gonna say that, hey, this fragrance is pretty linear, but really this is like, you know, like Grand Soir. You know, you have notes that really come together with one purpose, and you have the orris, you have the white musk, you have the white florals really working together to come out, you know, with one impression, one outcome. And what is that ultimate impression, guys, that all these notes are working towards? It's that heavenly feeling, that celestial body feeling, being launched into space and feeling the moon dust. That is the ultimate effect of Xerjoff Apollonia right here. Xerjoff Apollonia does have a lot of mixed feedback, guys, but when you look into the positive feedback of everyone that have tried this fragrance, it really ultimately boils down to, you know, the olfactory emotions that you're gonna get as you spray this fragrance. This fragrance will definitely appeal to your imagination as well as your emotions, okay? This fragrance is definitely a mood enhancer right there, and it does give you that heavenly feeling, guys, with those uplifting white florals, the orris, the musk, all powdery and sweet and nice. I mean, that's really basically what this does right here. And most of the feedback, the positive feedback of Xerjoff Apollonia, these are wearers that really felt great upon wearing this fragrance. It's definitely, I would say, a mood enhancer, and it is mostly really for the wearer right there. Now, in my opinion, guys, Xerjoff Apollonia is a specialized type of scent. It definitely is, guys, and you really can't categorize this as your other scents or your other rotational scents. It's definitely an outreach. It's kind of like an analogy of reaching out into space, into the borders of the unknown, because that's what you're gonna get when you try this fragrance right here. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be like any of your other fragrances because it does appeal to your emotional side. And the minimalist notes right here that come together for that one singular impression, I don't think a lot of fragrances can really do, guys. So I really think this one right here is a specialized type of perfume. And with that being said, in my opinion, Xerjoff Apollonia is a love it or hate it type of perfume right here. It's really gonna appeal to your emotions and your imagination, but it's not gonna appeal to those practical fragrance buyers, those that use logic more than emotion, that really look into the type, the categorization, the usage, maybe even the price, looking into that practically. It's not gonna appeal to that kind of user right here. It's gonna be those that will appreciate the ethereal feeling that it gives, guys. And of course, when you have that emotional high point, logic goes out of the window, okay? And there goes the price. Nobody cares about the price or even the performance of this one, which I will talk about in a few seconds. But right here, when you have a lot of emotions, logic does go out the window right here. So this will appeal more to those types of buyers right there. Okay, now let's talk about this important point of Xerjoff Apollonia right here, the performance of Xerjoff Apollonia. There's a lot of feedback about this, and I will confirm that this fragrance is truly a personal, intimate scent. Okay, it is a personal, intimate scent that's really more for the wearer, guys. And unless you really overspray this thing, it's really not going to project a whole lot. And I mean, when it came to testing this, I had my wife like about 2 feet away, and she couldn't smell 5 sprays of this Apollonia right here. But for me though, as the personal user, I could really smell this though. It's lingering around me, but it's not really going to captivate that person 2 feet away unless maybe you really oversprayed from the full bottle right here. This fragrance is definitely a lingering scent from start to finish. However, that lingering scent is thick, and it does last for over 8 hours though, okay? I will say that you will smell this really ethereal feeling for about 8 hours or even more. I heard that when it comes to the clothing, it does last longer than 8 hours right here. Now here's the next big question right here. Is this fragrance unisex or femme leaning right here? To me personally, this fragrance is femme leaning. There's too much of florals and orris to really make it like a more masculine scent. I really think that this fragrance was made for women, and because it's women, definitely again it will appeal to the emotions, and women are emotional beings right there, so that really makes much more sense. It will make a woman feel ethereal and beautiful and lovely. And this fragrance does have, you know, a balance of uplifting feels as well as the comforting powder right here. Now, usage wise, for me, the best scenario to really wear Xerjoff Apollonia is gonna be those cool mornings in the autumn or even spring, okay? A cool morning, and you're gonna wear this outdoors, guys. It feels like a beautiful cashmere sweater on you, or a cable knit sweater. I love wearing cable knit sweaters when it's cold. Unfortunately, not right now, but when it is cold, I love wearing sweaters, guys. And this one right here hugs you like a comfortable sweater with, again, those white florals, balancing it out, awakening your senses in the beginning. So it's really, for me, a nice outdoorsy, comforting feel type of perfume when it comes to the cool weather right here. And I did try this in the high heat, okay, recently, and I didn't like it, okay? I really didn't like it. It really didn't match the high heat right there, because the white florals are only a short part of this, and really the orris comes out early anyway. So again, this is for cold weather, mornings, or daytime type of scenarios, because of the comforting nature right here. Now, the shocker right here with Xerjoff Apollonia is the price. Woo! $275 for 50 ml right here. And really, if you do decide to buy the full bottle after trying it, because of course you're gonna try it, right? Because I told you guys, $275, what are you paying for? You're paying for this absolutely gorgeous bottle, probably the most gorgeous bottle of Xerjoff ever made. And of course, you're also paying for your own euphoric feelings. Okay, that's what you're paying for. So again, this is really based on emotion. And again, logic is thrown out of the window once you feel that euphoric feeling. Once you really enjoy Xerjoff Apollonia, I don't think people will mind paying $275 for 50 ml if this fragrance will put you in that mood. And remember my two-tier system of how I know a fragrance is a hit. This really covers a half of it. Remember, I said that number one, it has to put you in that euphoric feeling, and number two, it has to make you want to wear it over and over. I think that this really covers half of it. It will put you in that euphoric feeling, but as for like wearing it a whole lot or being excited about wearing this, I'm not so sure about that. I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Now, if you ask me personally if I think Xerjoff Apollonia is worth it as a guy who tries a lot of different perfumes, the answer would be no. But if you are a woman, maybe my wife, you're gonna like this fragrance right here. It could be a possible full bottle worthy fragrance depending on how you feel. All right, so that is it. That is my review of Xerjoff Apollonia. I'm here for the comments, guys. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of Xerjoff Apollonia. Did this validate a lot of those things that maybe you felt about Apollonia upon spraying it? Let me know on the comments below. And do you own a full bottle of Apollonia? Did you buy it because of that? Or did you buy it because it was hype, because of the bottle? I don't know. Let me know on the comments below, guys. And let me know as well if you want other Xerjoff fragrances to be reviewed. I do have a lot of Xerjoff right here in this channel. Torino 21 should be the next one, guys. And again, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Please continue to support the channel as we head towards 13,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Wish me luck at work. I'll see you guys. Peace.